Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your love reading for October 2025. I hope that you are all doing well. We are going to jump right into it. First, I'll be pulling some oracle cards just to grab the overall theme and energy surrounding your love life over the next 30 days. And then we'll be diving even deeper with tarot to get all of the details. So this reading may resonate if you or your person have a Pisces sun, moon, rising Venus, or any other strong Pisces placements. And if this reading happens to resonate, you can find the link to the extended reading in the description box below, as well as more information about how to get a personal reading from me if you feel called to it. But enough of me talking, Pisces. Let's grab the overall theme and energy for the next 30 days, please, for my Pisces collective. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. So maybe for some of you, you have Virgo in your chart. Maybe your person does, but that is not necessary. But I am sensing that there's some doubts that have been coming up. You may be doubting yourself, a situation. And I'm feeling that there is this over analysis, really thinking a lot about something. Nothing will come of this situation void of course moon. So I am very much sensing that what this is really saying, Pisces, is that you may be on the hamster wheel with your mind about a situation, jumping from one thing to the next, maybe entertaining worst case scenarios. And this is why I love this card, because whenever I see this card at the bottom of the deck with a card like this is saying that, whatever you may have in your mind, if you're overthinking, if you're feeling like, the worst possible outcome is around the corner, it is saying this is not the case. So rest your mind. I feel like this is very much some reassurance from the universe. Okay, let's pull another oracle card here. Please tell me more about my Pisces collective. Next 30 days for October 2025. And 30 days I mean by for like when you are watching this, because for some of you, you may actually come across this reading towards the end of the month, but you are finding this video when you are meant to see it. One more card, please. Triggered. Someone is triggered here. So let's see, what do we have? Growth in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. I feel like there may be some frustration here, Pisces. I'm sensing that there's a situation that you may have had high hopes, expectations. Now remember, I could be talking about your person. Take what resonates here. But there's this energy of desiring something, possible expectations, but getting stuck in one's head and even feeling frustrated due to a lack of growth. And it could be bringing up some unhealed parts of yourself or your person's self. Someone could feel a bit triggered here, frustrated, upset with the situation. Or this is just simply what is creating these doubts. Okay, let's see. Let's pull another one here. Let me know if this is resonating below. And if you don't want to comment and share your story, then just give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps me know if this is resonating. Karmic lessons. So there's a reason that this is all coming up for you or your person, or you together as a unit here, depending on your situation. But this is meant to come up. So if you are feeling frustrated, if you are, feeling like, well, a certain type of way, that things are not going according to plan, this is coming up for a reason. Okay, this is not the end. There is some sort of resolution here. You are not being heard. I feel like someone is not, like, there's either a lack of communication here, or someone doesn't understand the other person. Someone doesn't really understand where the other person is at in a situation. There's a bit of a disconnect there, even if it's not intentional. Let's see. I usually only stick to pulling these these 3 cards for the oracles, but I do want to pull one more here. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we're going to grab the tarot and see what comes out. Block and bliss, boundary, no contact, closure. So I do feel like there may be a situation where it's a no contact situation. Now, for others of you, this may not be a complete no contact situation. This could be just lack of communication, slowed communication, or just feeling like things are hitting a wall. For some of you, it may not necessarily be that, and this is just for some of you, not all of you, that there's technically like something fully wrong, but there's a situation here that's really bringing up some doubts, that's frustrating, okay? But I feel like there is a lack of contact or closure, or sorry, maybe there is that, maybe for some of you that there is a thing with closure, but that's not what I was trying to say. No contact or low contact, or just not really hearing back from a person, like they're being a bit distant. At the bottom of the deck, in their head, overthinking, stressed out, spinning scenarios. Wow. All right, Pisces. Let's get the tarot out. Let's see what is going on here between you and your person. Please make it clear, Spirit. Please bring in the messages clearly and in a way that brings guidance, clarity, and understanding to the Pisces collective that I am connecting with. Please make it clear. Okay. 6 of Swords. So there's some sort of transition or movement forward here. I do like this. But let's get the rest of the cards out. Do you hear how I'm kind of stumbling on my words right now? It's like I feel there's a communication thing here for sure. Because I was just on the phone before this reading, talking to people, no issues whatsoever. I start the reading and it's like maybe someone has been stumbling over their words. Maybe someone misspoke. 2 of Swords in the reverse. The Hermit upright, Virgo energy. The Devil in the reverse, representing your person. Could be a Capricorn or someone who is in their independent space at this time. We'll have to see what this is about. Someone who's a bit detached. 4 of Wands in the reverse, representing you. Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but that is not necessary. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this is about security, nurturing, stability. Something feels a bit off here. I feel like in the past, there was a bit of soul seeking here. Someone possibly looking into something, researching something, keeping their eye on you. But at the same time, during a part of this part of separation or distance, rather, I feel like you never left this person's mind and vice versa. Now there is forward movement here, but the major issue or block is that there is a lack of understanding. It may feel like there's a situation where someone cannot pick a clear direction, or it feels like things are a bit up in the air. It's very much this going with the flow energy. You're feeling a sense of instability in this situation, maybe feeling unwelcomed, okay? But what I want to do here is I want to get all of the cards out on the table. I would like to clarify these just so that we can really dive deep here, okay? And as a reader, it's just easier for me to do all at once And of course, I'm going to do that on camera for that transparency, and then we are going to dive deep. All right, Pisces, let's get into this. So I did draw all of the cards on camera for that transparency, and I'm just going to turn some of these over just so that the table does not get too overwhelming for your eyes or mine. But we are going to be diving deep into all of these one by one. So let's take a look here. Now, for some of you, this may be the more distant past. For others of you, this is the more recent past. I don't want to dabble too much in the past, but it can be good confirmation for some. Okay, and maybe this will provide some insight into what was going on in the background that you didn't really fully know. But we've got the Hermit, the Star in the reverse, and the Six of Cups, and Dark Night of the Soul. So we've got Virgo energy along with Aquarius. So I feel like someone in this connection went inward, okay? Really took some time alone to reflect. Because the Hermit shows deep introspection, self-searching, that soul searching, and maybe even a period of withdrawal, okay? And I feel like there were some doubts here with the Star in the reverse. Lack of healing, hope that maybe faded. And I feel like there has been, or there was, reflection on this. Again, maybe for some of you, this is currently what's going on. But it could have felt like disappointment took over and the connection lost its light, or its guiding light, rather. So that's a lot. And I feel like there was also a lot of reflection on the past with the Six of Cups. There's a lot of nostalgia. Someone could be thinking about the past, missing someone, even mistakes that were made, or they felt like, there were mistakes. Maybe even if this was more about a recent interaction, overthinking that, thinking, did I say something wrong, do something wrong? What did I do here? And it's taking someone to the dark depths, okay? Because Dark Night of the Soul confirms that this is heavy. This is a soul level experience. And I'm very much sensing that someone has been learning hard truths about themselves, about love, facing fears that probably had roots much deeper than one expected, or even this one specific situation. But there's a lot of reflection here. And this could have been, like I said, what went wrong in the past, a lack of healing, doubts. But there's a lot of past energy. And this could have been something that felt so good in the past. And I'm not saying that it's over with this person, but there was either a situation, maybe for some of you, this was, a past connection, and this person is reflecting on the totality of it. But for others of you, this person could be reflecting on a particular situation or interaction that really didn't go the way that they planned. I should have done this, I should have done that, is what I'm getting. It's a bittersweet energy, but it's very nostalgic, and maybe that was confirmation, that honk. But yeah, I feel like someone's very much missing someone here. Let's draw another card. Tell me more about this, please. Forgiveness. Wow. So I feel like someone may have wanted forgiveness here, desired forgiveness, wanted to move past something with someone. There could have even been a bit of an awkward situation here. I feel like someone is regretful about the past and they've been doing a lot of inner work. I feel like this person misses you, wanting forgiveness, or maybe vice versa. Take what resonates here. But there's a lot of reflection. Wow. So let's take a look at the current or upcoming energy, depending on where you're at. Six of Swords, Judgment in the reverse, Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and Crossroads. So this is very much telling me, Pisces, that both people, because this is the mutual energy, there is this desire and even attempt to move forward, but it doesn't mean it's together. There could be space between the two of you at this time because there's no technical wake-up call or renewal that has happened yet. But the Six of Swords is about movement forward, possibly getting out of this, I'm getting this tight space or this rough space. There's now distance from that period. Things have become a bit more distant. Getting to calmer ground. But again, there's no clarity or resolution yet. There could even be avoidance, denial, or not seeing something for what it is. But the Two of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me that things are being mismanaged. There's imbalance. Something is not being handled well, like emotions, priorities that are just slipping through the cracks. Okay. So I'm getting very much this phrase, and I even, when I got these three cards out, it came to mind like time waits for no one. So if you're not acting on something, time still moves forward. It doesn't wait for anyone. And so as time moves forward, there are two people here that are getting out of this past energy or whatever occurred in the past. And there's distance between the past and the present, and forward movement going into the future, of course, but we have to remain in the present. But there's no wake-up call. Maybe there's no phone call, because judgment can be about notifications, phone calls, alerts, as this angel is blasting this trumpet. But it's in the reverse. So things are still being mishandled, and the cards are indicating that there's an opportunity and free will to handle things more appropriately. And I'm not saying it's you, but the Crossroad card is saying that there is a decision that ultimately has to be made, but it hasn't been, and I'll get into why in a moment. But I mean, this says it all, but there's more to this. Okay. So time is moving forward, but a situation is stuck in place. And I don't feel like either person is really fully letting go, but neither fully stepping back in. Let's draw another card here. Please tell me more about this. Interference in the reverse. So this is about removing an interference. Person, place, thing, concept, idea. It can be anything. It could be someone's emotions, someone's priorities. Like I said, the Two of Pentacles is all about priorities and management. When it's in the reverse, someone doesn't have their priorities straight. They're not handling things. There's not so good time management, things like that. And so with Crossroads, and it's like pointing to this card, it's like, is this interference going to be removed? And if there is some contact with this person, it could very much feel like the situation is just dragging on and kind of continuing, and even maybe fizzling out more. And for others of you, there's no contact at all. Okay. And so with the block or challenge, I mean, karmic lessons, block and bliss, boundary, no contact, closure. Like I said, this is either a no contact or a low contact situation, and things are just not really transpiring. But the Two of Swords in the reverse, the Ten of Wands in the reverse, the Four of Pentacles upright, and solitude. So this is reinforcing a lot here, because there's a stalemate that has been dragging on. Usually a true stalemate is the Two of Swords upright, but this is in the reverse. It's in the blocked position though. Okay. So what this is telling me, because if it was meant to come up upright, it would have. But then what does it mean in the reverse? Well, this is indecision that is turning into avoidance, or someone's tired of thinking about it, or there is someone who it's very much this energy of not making a decision or not taking action is a decision. Like choosing to not act is technically an action, right? Choosing not to decide is a decision. This is very much what I'm getting here. It's like they could, right? But they're not. And there is someone here also who, and this could be just the overall energy between the two of you. Could be the both of you. But there's a sense of exhaustion and desiring to put the burdens down, or this tension down. Yet, someone's not ready to open up or release it, but there's still this sense of holding on to the situation. So it's a mix of wanting to take action, but not doing so. And solitude confirms that, there's silence or distance that has become a trend, right? Or this is currently what's at play. Like someone may be focused on themselves, doing their own thing in solitude. And this could be a defense mechanism, but it's also what keeps things from changing. And I feel like both people do see this, that it's like the other person could act, but they're not. So they're going to put this down, put it on the back burner, and just kind of hold back. Yeah, soulmate recognition in the reverse. So there's a bit of denial about this connection on someone's end, or feeling like it's just not manifesting as desired. Yeah, I'm getting very much this like Four of Cups upright energy. Like there's denial, like the sense of looking the other way. And if we take a look at your person's energy here, the Devil in the reverse, Capricorn, King of Cups upright. So this is Cancer, Scorpio, the Six of Wands in the reverse, and compromise. So, I feel like this person is someone who is quite independent. They're in their own lane. They're focused on themselves. And this could be the person that is in solitude, doing their own thing. There's this energy of detaching from something, someone that once had control over them. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this is you, but this could just be something in general. Like there is this purging in a sense, this independent energy, or this person preferring to be in this independent energy at this time. I feel like this person doesn't want to get attached. There is this effort to regain balance and release anything toxic, whether this is stemming from this connection or elsewhere. Okay, so, and I do like the King of Cups here, because this is telling me that this person does have emotional depth. This isn't someone who just, doesn't care. This is someone who they could be showing up cool, calm, collected, but just because the King of Cups upright, this is the highest court card of, the water signs here, or the cups cards, it doesn't mean that they're going to come in and just open up emotionally. That's not the King of Cups energy. The King of Cups energy is someone who is thoughtful about how they express themselves. Whenever I see this card, the King of Cups very much feels like counselor energy. They're still methodical, right? They're very emotionally balanced. Yes, they're empathetic. Yes, they care. But are they going to be driven by emotions? No. No. This is someone who is cool, calm, collected, and ultimately can be someone who is emotionally safe. But I feel like this person is very distant at this time. And use your discernment here. Because for some of you, this is just describing someone who is in this cool, calm, collected, independent energy. Okay. The Six of Wands in the reverse is telling me that this person may acknowledge that a situation hasn't been successful, that they're not taking the action to come in confidently. Okay. This person could be someone that often has not felt like they've succeeded in love, that they haven't felt seen, recognized, understood. And compromise is telling me that this person, they know that balance is needed, but they may still be struggling to meet in the middle. It's like they want peace, they want to come together, but they don't know how to reach for it. I feel like this is someone who doesn't necessarily want to make the first move here, or is very much just in this independent energy, but they're willing to compromise. But this person's confused. This actually really, really connects a lot. This person could desire to meet you where you are at, but and it's almost like the Six of Wands in the reverse. This person could be afraid of rejection. They'd meet you halfway. They're cool, calm, collected. They're a bit detached. They're in their own energy, that independent energy. This person may not want to get attached, especially if they're, they don't want anything toxic, which is good. But there's confusion around the situation, fear of rejection, and they know that they're not coming in. They acknowledge that. Deja vu at the bottom of the deck. This person could be fearful of cycles, something repeating. This is interesting. Please let me know below if this resonates. If you do not feel comfortable sharing your story, then please at least give this video a thumbs up to let me know that yes, this resonated, because I do pay attention to that. So let's take a look at you though. So the Four of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Swords upright, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. We have mirroring too. So you could just be like, well, this person's not reaching out, or this person, is not moving forward, so I'm not going to. And ultimately, the decision is like it's like you two are standing at the same crossroads, right? About moving forward or coming into alignment, removing some sort of interference. You're feeling a bit like the situation is unstable. You don't feel very secure in the situation. Like there's a lack of a solid foundation. And you could even be feeling a bit unwelcomed. The Knight of Swords does show that you want clarity, maybe to speak or act. And it may very well be because you really want to understand what's going on and to get out of your head. I do feel like, you may have thought about the situation a lot at night. Maybe for some of you, It kept you up at night. For some of you, not all of you. For some of you, maybe you were losing sleep, replaying things in your head, but I feel like you're finally reaching a point of acceptance. And so with mirroring, this is telling me that you, again, you and your person are reflecting each other's behavior. Okay. Both guarded, both, I feel like, processing privately, and both pretending not to care as much as you do. So it's an energetic stalemate. And I feel like it's built on this. Yeah, it's like two people that do not want to come forward for different reasons. And I feel like it has a lot to do with past stuff too, whether in this connection or the past. Someone may want to see the effort from the other person. Boundaries. So, yeah, you may be. Let me see what this is. I mean, you're staying optimistic here. You're mirroring this person, though. Ultimately, I feel like since you're getting out of this Nine of Swords energy, because this is reverse, this is telling me that you are getting to this place of, acceptance, or you're not so much in your head. You're stepping into this optimistic energy. But with boundaries, you may not want to cross this person's boundaries, but you may also have boundaries of your own. Tell me more about boundaries here. Ace of Wands. Okay. So this is about the opportunity to act, to manifest, to take action. 10 of Swords in the reverse. So this could be about picking up the pieces to something, or to resolve something that felt painful. And it could have to do with this confusion or removing this interference. You may not want to find yourself in a place where things feel painful for you again. I feel like you're trying to do things the right way. So you have certain boundaries, healthy boundaries. And you may feel, especially if this, something occurred here in the past with this person, that it's not your responsibility to step up and try to fix things or apologize or make the move here. And for others of you, this is just about you're mirroring this person because you want to make sure that you two are on the same page. I feel like that's more of the case if there wasn't like a major history with this person. So let's take a look at what's coming up here. I do like this energy. It's a little slow at first though. So the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Queen of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Page of Cups in the reverse, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Then we have Summer, Release, Mask. So this is very interesting. So progress is slow. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me that something isn't moving forward yet. Someone's stalled, still stuck in their ways, this could be someone who's still in this independent energy, because the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, well, first off, this knight is risk averse. He's slow. He does the same thing over and over. Like, he has his routines. He's not flexible. He likes to keep things as is. And it's also the slowest knight in the deck. So when this knight is in the reverse, it's like he's not even moving. And the thing is, though, is that with the Queen of Wands, this does show a rise in confidence and self-assurance. So someone is reclaiming their power, standing tall, becoming a bit social again, focusing on their light. The Page of Cups reverse, though, shows that there's still a little bit of, this emotional immaturity or blocked expression. So this could be like an apology that isn't directly spoken, or feelings that are, held back. And I feel like the summer oracle card is telling me that things are heating back up. They're warming up. Now, for some of you, if you are not a Pisces sun, maybe you have a summer birthday or something significant happened in the summer. Maybe you live by the beach, or there's something significant about seashells or stars or sand. Okay, but that's not necessary. But I feel like things are warming up. It's like a possible thaw after a long cold spell, or just someone's demeanor, or even something, again, like I said, something that connected to what happened earlier this summer. And there's this sense of release. What mask? So the mask is coming off. So truth is beginning to surface. There's clarity coming in. Someone's done pretending, or the real issue comes to the surface. So there's a release here. And initially, because I remember this, there was the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. When I was shuffling and doing all the cards, I did show it to the camera. So if you don't believe me, it's in there. But I did see that, and I usually always look at that at the end of all of the clarifications. So this is really about emotional fulfillment. Like, there's that potential for that to be there. But getting there requires openness and honesty. So two things both people really need to bring in. And I feel like there really has been a fear of either being misunderstood, unseen, feeling rejected. So I feel like the past brought reflection. There was pain, desire for forgiveness. The present is full of silence and indecision. And the future opens the door to authenticity, whether that means, reconciliation or personal peace. But, the mask is falling away here. There's going to be some clarity that's coming in. Follow your heart. This is beautiful. And this is such the Queen of Wands energy. It's very lively. This is about doing what feels right, no longer overthinking things. If you want to send that message, you send that message. If you want to do that thing, you do that thing. You just do what feels good. And so I feel like there very much could be clarity here coming in about what has been going on. This could very well be an apology of like, oh, sorry, this is what was going on. Or, no, I wasn't reaching out not because of this, but because of XYZ, that, or whatever this is. Okay. Yeah, so someone's taking action here because they don't want to walk away. There's this yearning, this nostalgia, there's this sadness. And I feel like it's going to be a bit bumpy at first, but ultimately someone's coming in, warming up. Especially with this Queen of Wands, like it still maybe feels stuck or stalled, but I do feel like there's communication, but it's messy. It's not expressed well. It may not be mature. So if you're wondering if this person cares or is going to reach out, I feel like they will. And yeah, I feel like it's going to be a small gesture here, but ultimately someone wants to follow their heart here, both people, because there's this yearning, there's this longing, there's this grief and this sadness. So it's like, let's release the mask, the silence. Let's warm up to this again. That's what I'm really getting here, Pisces. If this resonated for you, please let me know below. And yeah, see, we have solitude, but in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there's going to be this re-emerging, even if it's just someone who is showing up confidently and like testing the waters a little bit. This could be you. This could be your person. It depends. But that's what I'm really getting here. So we're going to dive into the extended if you'd like to join me over there. But if not, if this is where we part ways, and I hope that this was able to provide you with enough clarity and insight into your situation. But if you feel called to the extended, which by the way, I'll give you a bit of a preview at the end, but we're going to be exploring their deepest feelings, if and how they will act on those feelings. So like their next moves, their intentions, what you may not know about this person or situation that you should know, the long-term trajectory beyond, the next 30 days between you and this person, some advice and more, whatever comes up, because I love to dive deep. So again, there's a preview at the end of this video. If you feel called to it, check it out. I hope to see you over there. But if not, then I hope that this reading was able to provide you with enough, clarity and insight into your situation. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, if you feel called to get a personal reading with me, you can find the link to my website below and reach out to me and we can set something up. And also, everything that you need to know about the extended reading is in the description box below. So just want to put that out there because I've had a few people reach out to me about getting that link, which is super simple. I just feel like people are missing that, but the instructions are in the description box below. But yeah, that's what I have for you for now. Thank you so much, Pisces. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye. All major arcana. This is huge. This is a major turning point. Okay, this is very, very fated in a sense. That really lights someone up. There's a lot of excitement. I feel like there's a deeper understanding of everything, even reflecting, soul searching, which makes sense. They're gonna override this. Like they're gonna take action. They're eventually going to